The RBA's housing warning. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian.Heise here, and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee because we're going to have a look at an article from Yahoo Finance about the RBA sounding an alarm bell on house prices in 254 suburbs. Wait till you see this one, everyone. There we go. And if I press the right buttons, it'll work. So, the RBA sounds alarm on house prices in 254 suburbs. Now, well, let's just have a look. I'm going to bring up, this is from SQM. This is weekly asking property prices, and I'm going to look at the full screen over here. You can see, well, change on previous week up 10%. In the previous week for all houses, 3-bedroom, it's down 8.9. But if we go back to, 12% on the year? There you go. Okay, look at that rise in house prices. This is national data here. This includes all of the regional areas. You can see it's going up. Let's zoom in a little bit more for some asking prices. We can jump into Sydney, and there we go. Yeah. Over 12-month change, 21.1%, 20.3% for all houses. Even units, 3.1% 12-month change, 6.3% 12-month change. I mean, looking at like weekly changes in these things, yeah, it's kind of stupid. Houses take time to settle, but you know that's what we do. That's what we do. And here we have Melbourne. There you go. And we can see 12-month change 7.3, 3.7. Units aren't doing too bad. They're pretty flat, as you can see, but you know that's because no one wants them. Let's look at Brisbane. We'll finish off with Brizzy. Whoa, look at that. 12-month change 12.8, 14.6 for 3-bedders. Just going straight up. You know what it is. It's all the southerners wanting to get out of Victoria, wanting to get out of Sydney. Or they can, they want a bit more breathing room. They want to be near the beach. They want a nicer life, nicer weather. They can get more bang for their buck here in Queensland. So, let's have a look at what Lucy is writing about and how the RBA is warning us. So, 3.5% of homes already at high risk. This doesn't include all the homes that haven't yet had their values affected. As many as 245 suburbs can be defined as climate sensitive by 2025. Wait a minute. What's the RBA warning us about? Home prices. Houses are getting so expensive, they're so unaffordable to the average person. Nope, that's not what the RBA is worried about. That's not what this article is about. It's about climate sensitive houses, guys, where prices could be affected. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, all of this stuff, the fear of the apocalyptic end of the world, climate, we've got years left for the world to come to an end. It sounds so similar to, religious end of the world claims. It sounds so similar to people who are hoping the whole global economy will collapse and, your pile of gold and silver will go to the moon. It's hopium. In a way, it's a perverse version of hopium. People want this stuff to happen because then they'll be on top. It's a bit of a fantasy. Don't get me wrong. I've invested in some gold and in some silver. I consider it an insurance policy and, frankly, an educational tool for children. You pay that, give them a silver coin. They feel the weight of something. It's better for them to learn about money with real things than digits on a screen. But still, we've got to be a bit skeptical and cynical about all of this stuff. So, homes in coastal and agricultural regions could see a material decline in value due to climate change, the Australian Central Bank has warned. So it's not the fact that the market has been juiced up to the end of the world. The fact that we've got, hang on, wait a minute, I got to bring up this economic. The fact that we've got cash rate so bloody low. The fact that wage growth has been stagnant in Australia. The fact that we've got the government juicing up the home building sector with tens of thousands of homes and how costs going up. The fact that we've got 1% mortgages, 1% government guaranteed mortgages as well, juicing up the housing sector. Yeah, no, it's climate change. Climate change is going to crash property, guys. Oh, come on. Oh, what bullshit is this? Seriously, how many wealthy people, elite people that will prophesize about the end of the world in 2 years, and then they buy a mansion right on the bloody beach. I mean, it's such stupid bullshit. No one believes this. And don't get me wrong, okay? Humanity is having an impact on the environment, but people will use it for political purposes to get power and control. The best thing we can do is ensure that we maintain the level of human development index and quality of life that we have here in this civilization, so that we can develop technology to mitigate the impacts that we have on the environment. Rather than, right now, we're like someone in the Middle Ages putting leeches to cure an illness. With all these, we're scarring the planet with these bloody wind turbines everywhere and covering acres of former forest in solar panels for the environmental good, while all the while racking up these huge carbon debts without embodied energy debts, without even thinking about it. Because it wins votes, everyone. We're subsidizing solar panels in Victoria, where you're essentially putting a cap on the sector and destroying jobs and businesses. Yeah, sure. It's climate change. That's gonna be the warning to houses. Anyway, the RBA on Thursday said insurers will start to back away from risky assets, which have a knock-on effect on house prices in those areas. They already are, but not for climate issues. The RBA describes climate change as presenting substantial risks if Australia's financial system fails to manage them. That's largely due to the potential for a small share of houses in extreme weather regions to experience sharp price falls, triggering cascading credit losses for banks. While the RBA said the overall losses are likely manageable for lenders, specific Australian regions will face material declines in prices. Some 3.5% of dwellings across Australia are already considered at high risk for climate change, the RBA's economist Kelly Belrose, Michelle Reuters, and David Norman said. However, the key issue is property prices not yet reflecting future climate risk, the researchers added. Well, probably because it's an unknown, it's a risk. And maybe the insurance companies, because they want to remain competitive in the free market, are actually looking at the statistics and the numbers. They're not just going on the political rhetoric. People, you'll see the newspapers go, oh, look, there's more hurricanes, more droughts, more bushfires. It's all bullshit. You go back and you look at the numbers. It's not true. There isn't any more. There's just more media. And then we've got a greater population density. We've got more population encroaching on the natural environment. There's more hippy-dippy greenies with their solar-powered submarines stopping us back burning and doing fire controlling of the bush. That's a certain thing that's increased. But it's the same bullshit that we didn't do 100 years ago. You look at the last Royal Commission in the bushfires in Victoria. What happened? Why they did it there? We looked at it on the channel. History does repeat, but it's not in some grandiose scheme of humanity. This cabal of people have organized something over hundreds and hundreds of years, and it's all finally coming to fruition. No, people are just a bunch of selfish, stupid bastards that can't think more than 4 years ahead in their time frames. So we keep doing the same stupid stuff again and again and again. Anyway, if current values do not fully reflect the long-term risks of climate change, housing prices could decline, leaving banks with less protection than expected against borrowers' defaults. Oh no, the poor banks! The poor banks! Oh, come on. What bullshit. So what? The RBA assessed climate change risk by calculating the total cost of increased insurance premiums and maintenance costs for homes in climate-exposed areas and translating that into changing property values and ultimately shifted loan-to-value ratios. This is how they estimated it. I mean, here's the problem is they're assuming all of the models are completely accurate. You can change the models. I mean, as an architect, we were fed this stuff like anything at university. We are the ones to blame because it's all in the construction industry. So we've got to do this, and this. We have to have 5-star energy rating houses, 6-star energy rating houses, all of these bloody impositions on people who just want to build a bloody home. And you know what it all does? Just costs more and more money. You got to get energy efficiency reports. You got to jump through one hoop after another. So, with this calculation, RBA found 2.5% of loans, or around 400,000 more loans, would have a loan-to-value ratio greater than 80%. Well, so there you go. That's still fine. The risk areas of concern in agricultural and coastal regions, with the RBA finding there will be 254 climate-sensitive suburbs by 2050, mostly located on the coastline. Okay, yeah, well, yeah. Let's just look at this prediction from the RBA. Do you trust anything they're going to predict up to 2050? Bloody hell! Come on, guys, seriously. Oh no! Look at these suburbs potentially at risk. Quick! Shock, horror, gasp. Yeah. I'll believe it when I see it. Yep. Sure. Oh, all these ones are right on the coast here in Brisbane, all at risk. Oh no. Yeah. The risks in these regions could further increase if the affected communities find that access to or affordability of insurance becomes challenging, the RBA said. That is, the technical insurance premium may understate the actual rise in premiums, particularly if insurers become more concerned about exposures to high risks. You know what will happen? I'll tell you exactly what. I'll save it for solutions. This in turn will lead to increased numbers of homes without insurance at a high risk of defaulting. However, the researchers noted that there were several limitations that could affect their findings. They're more. The risk to banks' portfolios may be overstated in this exercise because we assume that banks' exposure will not change in the future, they explained. In reality, banks are expected to increasingly incorporate climate risks into their lending decisions, not just whether they will lend on a particular property, but how much. Okay, well, what's the solution or the takeaway to this, guys? What is it? What do you reckon? First, I can press the right buttons on my thing, but still, I mean, it's real simple. If it really gets to this point where you get huge amounts of people unable to get insurance on their houses, what do you think's going to happen in Australia? Are they going to let the banks take all the risk? Is there going to be a collapse in property prices to reflect it like the RBA is warning about? Or is the government just going to become insurer of last resort? Come on. I wonder what'll happen. I really wonder what'll happen. Yeah, that's it. I'm not worried at all about this. Look at the modeling, guys. If you have not looked at the modeling, long-term economic modeling isn't even accurate. Long-term environmental modeling, the further out you get, the greater range of variables there are, the greater the outcome range is. So they're trying to predict property valuations in 2050. They can't even get wages right now. Well, at least this got me laughing in the morning, guys. Anyway, let me know your thoughts and opinions on this one. Are you going to sell up your valuable farmland, or is this all just some, you know what it is? It's a grandiose scheme by these economists at the RBA wanting to get that cheap bloody property in Sydney's waterfront. That's it. I figured it out. Anyway, thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on this one in the comments down below. If you're a fan and enjoy the content I create here, there are a few ways you can support us. You can join us on YouTube or Patreon. Sign up for SelfWealth or Stake. Use our affiliate links at Amazon, eBay, Independent Reserve, or AussieBroadband. Buy our merch from HeiseSays. Use Gold Pass from the Perth Mint, or support us via PayPal. Take care, everyone. Have a great weekend. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.